Big life changes don't always require dramatic shifts. In fact, it's the small, daily habits that make the biggest impact over time. When I started Alibaba, we were just 18 people in a small apartment. We didn't have the resources or connections that many big companies had, but we built something great through small, consistent actions. The same applies to personal growth. It's about the little things you do every day. One small habit today can completely transform your life tomorrow. Incorporating simple, healthy habits into your routine, like reading or writing, can have a profound impact on your mindset and productivity. It doesn't happen overnight, but over time, these little actions accumulate. One day you'll wake up and realize how much progress you've made. It's not about making huge changes all at once, but about committing to small steps that you repeat consistently. Small habits are like planting seeds. You may not see the results right away, but eventually, those seeds grow into something much bigger. Just like a tree doesn't grow overnight, personal and professional success comes from small, regular efforts. When you invest in these habits, the transformation is inevitable. The problem most people face is they underestimate the power of small actions. They think they need to make drastic changes to see results, but it's the opposite. It's the daily, consistent actions that create real change. Whether it's a 10-minute morning routine or setting aside time to learn something new each day, these small actions add up in the long run. So, where do you start? Begin with just one habit. Add it to your daily routine, and you'll soon find that those small efforts will lead to big changes. Don't wait for the perfect time. Start now with whatever you have. The power of transformation lies in the consistency of your small actions. Reading is one of the most powerful tools for expanding your mind. But it's not just about reading anything. It's about reading with purpose. When you choose material that challenges your thinking and introduces you to new ideas, you're absorbing knowledge that can save you years of trial and error. I've always been a believer in learning from others' experiences, and reading is one of the best ways to do that. Each book or article you read is like fast-forwarding through years of someone else's work. Think of it this way. Every time you pick up a book or a meaningful article, you're accessing someone's lifetime of experience. Instead of spending years learning from your own mistakes, you're gaining insights that took others a lifetime to discover. This accumulation of knowledge changes the way you see the world and helps you tackle challenges more effectively. Reading with purpose allows you to sharpen your mind. It's not just about entertainment or distraction. It's about feeding your brain with new perspectives that push you to grow. When I was building Alibaba, I focused on reading material that could help me understand the challenges we were facing and how to overcome them. That's why reading with intention is so powerful. It's a strategic tool for personal development. The beauty of reading is that it opens doors to ideas you might not have thought of before. It expands your thinking and gives you tools to solve problems in ways you couldn't before. But the key is to choose reading material that helps you move closer to your goals. When you approach reading with purpose, it becomes an investment in your future, not just a way to pass the time. So ask yourself, what can you learn today that will help you grow tomorrow? By being intentional with your reading, you're fueling your personal growth and giving yourself a competitive edge. Start with one book, one article, something that inspires and challenges you. The knowledge you gain will help transform your life over time. Writing daily is an underrated but incredibly powerful habit. When you write down your thoughts and goals, they become more real and concrete. Writing helps bring clarity to your ideas, giving you a sense of control and direction. Early in Alibaba, when everything seemed chaotic, writing helped me organize my thoughts and focus on what mattered most. It's like taking the clutter out of your mind and putting it in front of you so you can see it more clearly. It doesn't have to be complex. A few lines each day can help you gain clarity and get a sense of direction. Often, we're not even aware of the confusion in our minds until we write it down. When I first started writing down my goals and plans, I noticed that they started to feel more achievable. Writing turns vague dreams into concrete steps. It's a way of telling yourself that your goals are real and worth pursuing. Writing is also a powerful tool for self-reflection. By putting your thoughts on paper, you begin to understand how you respond to challenges and what's holding you back. This awareness helps you make better decisions and improve your emotional intelligence. During some of the toughest moments in Alibaba's early years, writing helped me see our challenges more clearly and make smarter decisions. Additionally, writing gives you a record of your progress. You might feel like you're not moving forward, but when you look back at what you've written weeks or months ago, you can see how far you've come. This reflection is crucial for keeping your motivation high. Writing also helps you get unstuck. It's a simple but effective way to process your thoughts and find the next steps forward. So, why not start today? Grab a notebook or open a new document and begin writing about your goals, thoughts, or challenges. Over time, you'll see how this simple habit brings clarity and direction to your life. Writing is a tool that can help you unlock your potential. Why? Setting clear goals is like giving your life a compass. Without goals, you might be moving, but you're drifting without direction. When we started Alibaba, we knew we needed a clear vision to guide us. Goals kept us focused on the priorities and prevented us from being distracted by things that didn't matter. Once you set your goals, every action you take has a purpose, and you start moving toward your dreams more efficiently. The power of goals is in how they transform your daily routine. Instead of reacting to everything that happens, you start acting with intention. Each step you take becomes aligned with your bigger vision. In the early days of Alibaba, every decision we made was based on the long-term goals we had set. Having those clear goals gave us focus and motivation, even when the path was uncertain. Goals also provide you with direction when you're feeling lost or overwhelmed. In challenging times, your goals are like a lighthouse guiding you through the storm. I remember many moments when Alibaba faced what seemed like impossible obstacles, but our goals gave us the clarity and drive to keep moving forward. When you set clear goals, even the toughest challenges become more manageable because you know where you're headed. Another benefit of setting goals is that they allow you to measure progress. Without goals, you can be working hard, but how do you know if you're getting closer to success? When you have defined goals, you can track your progress, which keeps you motivated and helps you adjust your strategy if needed. This ongoing feedback loop is essential for staying on track and achieving what you set out to do. Setting specific goals is the first step to creating a life full of purpose and meaning. No matter how big your dreams are, break them down into smaller, actionable steps and work on them consistently. So, where do you want to be in a year or 5 years? Setting clear goals makes the journey clearer and the success more achievable. Your body and mind are inseparable, and taking care of both is crucial for achieving long-term success. Physical exercise isn't just about staying fit. It sharpens your focus, enhances your energy, and improves your mental clarity. When I started Alibaba, my schedule was intense and the stress was high. But I realized that if I didn't take care of my health, I couldn't perform at my best. Daily exercise became part of my routine, not just to stay healthy, but to maintain the resilience necessary to lead a growing company. A healthy body supports a healthy mind, and movement is essential for keeping both in balance. Even a short walk or a few minutes of stretching can break up a stressful day and recharge your mental batteries. When you incorporate physical activity into your daily routine, you prepare yourself mentally and physically to tackle challenges with greater clarity. The mind becomes more alert, and decision-making becomes sharper. Exercise also builds resilience. Just like in business, where perseverance is key, physical training teaches you to push through discomfort and keep going even when it's hard. This mental toughness spills over into other areas of life. When I faced some of the toughest decisions in Alibaba's early years, the discipline built through regular exercise helped me stay focused and strong during difficult times. Nourishing your mind is equally important. It's not enough to work hard. You need to fuel your creativity and strategic thinking. This can be done through reading, learning new skills, or even meditation. By feeding both the body and the mind, you create a sustainable foundation for success. I often say that challenges are inevitable, but when your body is strong and your mind is sharp, you're better equipped to handle whatever comes your way. So, take a moment to assess your routine. Are you giving your body the movement it needs? Is your mind being stretched with new ideas and learning? The balance between the two is essential. With both in sync, you become unstoppable. Practicing gratitude may seem simple, but its impact is profound. When you focus on the positives in your life, it shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Early in my career, I faced many rejections and failures. However, I learned that instead of dwelling on what I didn't have, focusing on the things I was grateful for changed everything. It gave me the strength to keep pushing forward even when success seemed distant. Gratitude isn't just about being thankful for the big things. It's about appreciating the small wins, the daily progress, and even the lessons learned from failure. When you cultivate this habit, it transforms how you approach your day. Instead of feeling frustrated or discouraged by setbacks, you begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. It's a mental shift that changes everything. This practice also creates an open mindset for more opportunities. When you focus on what's going right, more positive things start to happen. I remember the early days of Alibaba when we had no money, no resources, and no one believed in us. But we were grateful for the small steps forward, and that gratitude fueled our drive to keep going. Eventually, that mindset attracted bigger opportunities and opened doors we hadn't expected. Gratitude helps you maintain perspective. In the rush of pursuing success, it's easy to get caught up in the what's next mentality and forget to appreciate where you are. By taking a moment each day to reflect on what you're thankful for, you create a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond external achievements. This internal sense of abundance keeps you grounded and resilient. Ask yourself, what are you grateful for today? Gratitude is more than just a feel-good practice. It's a powerful tool for maintaining emotional resilience and attracting more success into your life. Start small, but be consistent. The more you practice gratitude, the more you'll find to be thankful for. Pai Ki. In a world that glorifies constant hustle, rest is often undervalued. But without proper rest, both your mind and body will burn out, limiting your potential. When I first started Alibaba, I used to work relentlessly, believing that more hours meant more progress. It didn't take long for me to realize that rest was not a luxury, but a necessity. The mind needs time to recharge and process new information, and the body needs time to recover. Without it, creativity and productivity decline. Rest is not about being lazy. It's about allowing your mind to breathe. It's during those quiet moments, when you're not actively working, that some of the best ideas come to you. For me, it was during a break or a moment of reflection that many of Alibaba's biggest breakthroughs occurred. Rest allows you to come back to your work with fresh eyes and renewed energy, ready to tackle challenges with greater efficiency. Incorporating rest into your routine also helps prevent burnout. If you're constantly pushing without taking time to recharge, eventually your performance will suffer. It's like running a marathon without stopping for water. At some point, you'll collapse. When you allow yourself to rest, whether through sleep, meditation, or simply taking time off, you come back stronger, more focused, and more creative. Rest is also essential for long-term success. Sustainable productivity is not about working harder, but working smarter. That means recognizing when to push forward and when to step back. By respecting the need for rest, you're setting yourself up for a longer, more productive career. When your mind and body are well rested, your ability to innovate and solve problems increases. So, are you giving yourself enough time to rest? It's tempting to push through, thinking that more work equals more progress. But true productivity comes from balance. By giving yourself time to recover, you can achieve much more in the long run. Generosity is a powerful practice. When you give freely, whether it's your time, energy, or resources, you create a flow of abundance in your life. I've always believed that the success of Alibaba was not just built on business strategies, but on a culture of giving and caring for others. From the beginning, we focused on serving our customers and employees first, knowing that if we took care of them, success would follow. Giving without expecting anything in return creates a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond material rewards. It's about building meaningful relationships and creating value for others. This mindset not only brings personal satisfaction, but also opens up opportunities that you couldn't have predicted. I've seen it happen countless times. When you give with an open heart, the universe has a way of rewarding you in unexpected ways. Generosity also fosters trust and loyalty. People are more inclined to support you and your endeavors when they see that you genuinely care. When we started Alibaba, many of our early partners and customers stuck with us because they knew we were committed to their success. That spirit of generosity built strong, lasting relationships that became the foundation of our business. But generosity isn't limited to business. It extends to every aspect of life. When you give your time to mentor someone or offer help without expecting anything in return, you create connections that have a lasting impact. This kind of giving enriches not only those around you, but also your own life. When you're willing to give, you gain much more in terms of opportunities and personal growth. So, how can you give today? Whether it's helping a colleague, sharing your knowledge, or offering support to someone in need, generosity is a habit that will bring richness to your life. The more you give, the more you receive, not just in material terms, but in the relationships and experiences that truly matter. In an age of instant gratification, patience is a rare virtue. But true success often requires time and perseverance. Early on, Alibaba faced countless setbacks. There were times when success seemed out of reach, but I understood that real achievement takes time. Patience is not about waiting passively, but about taking consistent action while trusting that the results will come. Patience allows you to stay focused on long-term goals, even when short-term results are disappointing. Many people give up when they don't see immediate success, but those who practice patience know that the biggest rewards come to those who persist. Every step you take, no matter how small, is laying the foundation for future success. It's a mindset that transforms how you approach challenges and setbacks. When you develop patience, you build resilience. Challenges are inevitable, but with patience, you learn to see them as part of the process, not as roadblocks. I often reflect on the early years of Alibaba when we were rejected by investors and faced many failures. It was patience that kept us going, knowing that every failure was a lesson that would eventually lead us to success. Patience also helps you make better decisions. Rushed choices often lead to mistakes, but when you allow yourself time to think, reflect, and strategize, you make more informed and effective decisions. In business and in life, taking the time to assess your options before acting often leads to better outcomes. Patience is the key to mastering both short-term challenges and long-term success. So, ask yourself, are you willing to wait for what you truly want? Patience isn't easy, but it's essential. By staying consistent and trusting the process, you'll find that success, though it may take time, will eventually come. You've probably heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It may sound cliche, but it's true. The people around you shape your mindset, influence your behaviors, and set the tone for what you believe is possible. When I started Alibaba, I surrounded myself with people who believed in the vision and were committed to making it a reality. Together, we challenged each other, grew, and achieved things that none of us could have done alone. Your circle matters because it directly impacts your personal growth and success. If you surround yourself with negative or unmotivated individuals, it will inevitably drag you down. On the other hand, being around ambitious, forward-thinking people inspires you to aim higher. These are the people who will challenge your ideas, push you to grow, and support you when times get tough. They create an environment of growth and success. It's important to be intentional about who you allow into your inner circle. This doesn't mean cutting people out of your life, but rather choosing to invest your time and energy in relationships that lift you up and help you become the best version of yourself. Surround yourself with people who encourage your personal development, and you'll naturally find yourself reaching higher levels of success. One of the best decisions I made was to build a team that shared my vision. The early days of Alibaba were filled with uncertainty, but the team's dedication and belief in our mission kept us moving forward. We leaned on each other during tough times, and that support system was crucial for our success. It's a reminder that no one achieves greatness alone. So who are you spending your time with? Are they helping you grow or holding you back? If you want to achieve your goals, make sure you surround yourself with the right people. They are the ones who will push you to reach your full potential. Doing something once won't change your life, but doing it consistently will. Consistency is the secret to turning any small habit into a life-changing transformation. Whether it's exercising, reading, or working on your business, the key is to show up every day, even when you don't feel like it. In the early days of Alibaba, we didn't achieve success overnight. It took years of persistent effort, daily actions, and the willingness to keep going, even when progress seemed slow. The real power of consistency lies in its compounding effect. Small efforts repeated consistently over time lead to massive results. It's not about making huge leaps every day, but about making small, steady steps in the right direction. This principle applies to everything, from personal development to business growth. If you stay consistent, even when motivation fades, you'll eventually see the rewards. Consistency also builds discipline. There will be days when you don't feel like putting in the effort, but that's exactly when consistency matters the most. It's easy to be consistent when things are going well, but the true test comes when challenges arise. The ability to push through those moments and continue taking action, no matter how small, is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. Another benefit of consistency is that it creates momentum. When you build a routine and stick to it, the actions become automatic, requiring less mental effort to maintain. This frees up your energy to focus on more important tasks and bigger challenges. Consistency becomes a habit, and that habit propels you forward toward your goals with less resistance. So, what small step can you take today that, if repeated consistently, would transform your life? Success doesn't come from one big action, but from the accumulation of daily efforts. Start small, stay consistent, and watch as those small actions lead to massive growth. Challenges are an inevitable part of life, but how you face them is what makes the difference. For some, challenges are obstacles that hold them back. For others, they are opportunities for growth. When we started Alibaba, we faced countless challenges: lack of funding, skepticism from others, and even the challenge of introducing a new technology in a country where many people didn't believe in the internet. But instead of seeing these challenges as setbacks, we saw them as opportunities to innovate and grow stronger. Adopting a mindset where every challenge becomes a learning experience changes the way you approach difficulties. Instead of being discouraged by obstacles, you start to see them as stepping stones toward your ultimate goal. This shift in perspective empowers you to keep moving forward no matter how tough things get. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to build resilience and sharpen your problem-solving skills. Challenges also push you out of your comfort zone. It's easy to stay in a safe place where everything is predictable, but real growth happens when you face uncertainty head-on. Every time you overcome a challenge, you expand your limits and gain more confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes next. That's why embracing challenges is so important. Without them, you can't grow into the person you're meant to be. I've seen this time and time again at Alibaba. Every major breakthrough came as a result of facing and overcoming a challenge. Whether it was finding a way to build trust in e-commerce in China or creating the infrastructure for a global marketplace, every obstacle we encountered helped us grow stronger and more innovative. Challenges are not to be feared. They are opportunities in disguise. So, the next time you face a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? By embracing challenges, you turn obstacles into opportunities, and that's where true success begins. Having an optimistic attitude doesn't mean ignoring problems. It means believing that no matter what happens, you can find a solution. Optimism is a powerful force that attracts opportunities and helps you bounce back from setbacks more quickly. In the early days of Alibaba, there were many moments where things didn't go as planned. But I always believed that if we kept working hard, things would eventually turn around. That belief, that optimism, kept us going when others might have given up. Optimism changes how you see challenges. Instead of viewing them as roadblocks, you start to see them as opportunities to learn and grow. This mindset allows you to approach problems with creativity and resilience, knowing that a solution is always within reach. When you're optimistic, you're more likely to take risks and try new things because you believe that even if you fail, you can learn from the experience and move forward. But optimism isn't just about thinking positively. It's about taking action with confidence. When you believe that good things will happen, you're more likely to put in the effort needed to make them a reality. This proactive approach often leads to more success, as you're constantly looking for ways to improve and make progress, even in the face of adversity. Being optimistic also has a ripple effect on those around you. When you maintain a positive outlook, it inspires others to do the same. At Alibaba, I always tried to foster a culture of optimism, where challenges were seen as temporary and opportunities were viewed as abundant. This created an environment where people felt empowered to take risks and innovate, knowing that failure wasn't the end, but just a step towards success. So, how can you cultivate more optimism in your life? Start by focusing on solutions rather than problems, and trust in your ability to overcome whatever obstacles come your way. Optimism is a powerful tool that can transform not only your mindset, but also the outcomes you achieve. Often, the biggest obstacle to success isn't external. It's the limitations we place on ourselves. Reprogramming your mind for success means identifying and changing the beliefs that are holding you back. Early in my career, I faced many rejections and failures. There were times when I doubted myself, but I learned that the way I thought about those setbacks made all the difference. Instead of seeing them as personal failures, I began to view them as learning experiences that would ultimately lead to success. Changing your mindset is the first step to changing your life. Many people are held back by limiting beliefs, such as thinking they're not smart enough, not capable enough, or that success is reserved for others. These thoughts become self-fulfilling prophecies. But when you start to challenge those beliefs and replace them with empowering thoughts, everything changes. It's like flipping a switch in your mind that opens up new possibilities. One way to reprogram your mind is by practicing positive affirmations and visualizing your success. This might sound simple, but the power of positive thinking is real. When you constantly remind yourself of your capabilities and visualize your goals, you begin to believe in your potential, and that belief drives action. The more you believe in yourself, the more likely you are to take the steps needed to achieve your goals. Reprogramming the mind also involves letting go of the fear of failure. Many people are so afraid of failing that they don't even try. But failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the process. Every successful person has failed at some point. The key is to learn from those failures and keep moving forward. By reprogramming your mind to see failure as a stepping stone rather than a dead end, you free yourself to take risks and pursue your dreams. So, how are you thinking about your own potential? Are your thoughts helping or hindering you? By reprogramming your mind for success, you open yourself up to new opportunities and unlock the confidence to pursue them. Failure is not the end. It's part of the journey. The most successful people in the world have failed countless times before achieving their goals. I've faced many failures throughout my life, from being rejected by jobs to failing in business ventures. Even when we started Alibaba, there were many moments of doubt and setback. But each failure brought valuable lessons that helped us grow stronger and more resilient. The key to success is learning how to embrace failure. Instead of seeing it as something to be feared, view it as an opportunity to learn and improve. Every time you fail, you're one step closer to figuring out what works. This shift in mindset makes all the difference. When you stop fearing failure, you free yourself to take risks and try new things, knowing that even if you stumble, you'll come out better on the other side. Failure also builds resilience. Each setback you encounter strengthens your ability to handle adversity. It's like building a muscle. The more challenges you face, the stronger you become. Early in my career, I was rejected by 30 companies, including KFC. But those rejections didn't stop me. They taught me perseverance, and that perseverance ultimately led to the success of Alibaba. The truth is, failure is inevitable if you're pushing yourself to achieve big goals. No one succeeds without stumbling along the way. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is how they handle failure. Successful people learn from their mistakes and use them as fuel to keep moving forward. Each failure is a stepping stone to success. So, how do you see failure? If you're avoiding risks because you're afraid to fail, you're also avoiding success. Failure is not something to fear. It's something to embrace. It's a necessary part of growth and learning. And the faster you fail, the faster you learn and improve. The best way to implement any of these life-changing habits is to start now. Don't wait for the perfect moment because it will never come. One thing I've learned throughout my journey with Alibaba is that waiting for ideal conditions only leads to missed opportunities. You have to take action with what you have, right where you are. Success is not about waiting until everything is in place. It's about making the best of what you have today. Small, consistent actions are the key to significant changes over time. You don't have to overhaul your entire life in one day. Instead, start with one habit. Whether it's reading for 10 minutes a day, writing your goals, or incorporating a short exercise routine. These small actions might seem insignificant in the moment, but their impact builds up over time. It's like planting seeds. You won't see the growth immediately, but one day you'll look back and realize how much has changed. The important thing is to not get stuck in the planning phase. Many people spend so much time perfecting their plans that they never get around to taking action. But progress doesn't come from planning. It comes from doing. When I started Alibaba, we didn't have a perfect plan or all the resources we needed, but we took the first step anyway. Action creates momentum, and momentum is what drives success. By starting now, you also create a habit of taking initiative. The more you act, the easier it becomes to take the next step. Over time, this builds discipline and resilience, which are essential for long-term success. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Small actions done regularly lead to massive transformations in the long run. So, what small step can you take today? Remember, you don't need everything to be perfect to begin. Start with what you have and watch how those small, consistent actions start to change your life over time. The power lies in starting and starting now. In a world where everyone is constantly focused on the future, we often forget that the only moment we truly have is the present. Learning to live in the now, without being overly concerned about what comes next, is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. The present is where life happens. It's where decisions are made, actions are taken, and growth occurs. The more we anchor ourselves in the present, the more productive and fulfilled we become. The present moment is the only time you can truly control. It's tempting to dwell on past mistakes or worry about future uncertainties, but neither of those things can be changed by focusing on them. What you can control is what you do right now. When you fully engage with the present, you make better decisions, take more focused actions, and enjoy life more. It's in the now that real change happens. One of the greatest benefits of living in the present is that it reduces stress and anxiety. We often create unnecessary pressure by constantly thinking about what might happen tomorrow. But when you focus on what you can do today, it simplifies everything. You're no longer overwhelmed by the uncertainty of the future. You're grounded in the action you can take right now. This mindset shift leads to greater peace of mind and clearer thinking. Living in the present also boosts your productivity. When you stop worrying about future outcomes and instead focus on doing your best today, you achieve more. You're able to give your full attention to whatever task is at hand, which naturally leads to better results. It's a powerful way to increase not only your productivity, but also your sense of satisfaction and accomplishment. So how can you make the most of this moment? Start by grounding yourself in the present. Whether it's through mindfulness, deep breathing, or simply pausing to appreciate what's around you, practice being fully present. The more you live in the now, the more you'll realize that the present is where all the real power lies.
In this remarkable presentation, Jack Ma delivered a powerful message on habits that can truly transform your life. He captivated the audience by emphasizing the impact of small daily actions and how they lead to profound changes over time. With his signature charisma and light humor, Jack Ma encouraged us not to wait for the perfect moment, but to start with what we have today. He spoke of the undeniable power of reading with purpose, writing to clarify goals, and the importance of surrounding ourselves with the right people. What made this session stand out was Jack Ma's ability to connect on a personal level, sharing stories of failure and persistence that mirrored his own journey with Alibaba. He stressed the importance of consistency, patience, and even the practice of gratitude, key elements in maintaining mental resilience and long-term success. His insights into living in the present, rather than obsessing over future outcomes, left a lasting impression, reminding us that life unfolds in the now. By the end, the audience was left with a roadmap for personal growth and a reminder that greatness starts with small steps taken today. Jack Ma didn't just inspire, he provided practical wisdom for anyone ready to make a real change. Jack Ma, the visionary behind Alibaba, often emphasizes the power of small habits in achieving success. He firmly believes that profound changes stem from the consistent practice of simple daily actions. Small habits like reading a few pages or meditating for a few minutes may seem insignificant, but as Jack Ma often says, success is built brick by brick. Over time, these choices accumulate, leading to significant, lasting transformations. Jack Ma teaches that consistency is the cornerstone of any achievement. By integrating small, healthy habits like writing or daily reflection, you lay the foundation for substantial personal growth. Much like Jack Ma built one of the world's largest e-commerce empires through a series of well-thought-out decisions, daily habits have the power to shape a life filled with success and purpose. His approach proves that success is not just a product of big leaps, but of small, consistent steps. Looking at Jack Ma's journey, it's clear that his daily decisions, such as continually learning new things, played a crucial role in his success. He teaches us that small, repeated actions can have a tremendous impact over time. Following his lead, one can transform their life in profound ways, just as he did. Jack Ma has often discussed how setting clear goals shaped his career and personal growth. He believes that having well-defined goals is like having a roadmap for life. Without goals, people can drift aimlessly, as he famously put it, like a ship without a compass. Jack Ma's success is a testament to the power of specific, actionable goals. Each decision you make aligns with your long-term vision, pushing you closer to success. For Jack Ma, setting goals is not just about dreaming big, but also about breaking them down into actionable steps. By doing so, he made Alibaba a global phenomenon, one milestone at a time. He advises that when you set goals, every action you take becomes intentional, leading to more focused and effective outcomes. Jack Ma also emphasizes that goals give you clarity and purpose. Without them, even the busiest person might feel lost. His career serves as a powerful example of how goals, no matter how ambitious when combined with daily effort, create extraordinary results. Following his guidance, we can understand how clear objectives propel us toward the life we want to build. 1. One of the core principles Jack Ma advocates is the value of consistency. He often says that success is not achieved through sporadic bursts of effort, but through relentless, consistent action. Jack Ma's own journey is a testament to this philosophy. He did not achieve global success overnight, but through years of perseverance, constantly refining his approach and maintaining discipline in every aspect of his business. Jack Ma reminds us that consistency is what transforms a small habit into a lasting change. Whether it's practicing mindfulness or committing to personal development, it's the daily repetition, even on days when motivation is low, that leads to real breakthroughs. He has often compared this to building a foundation brick by brick. Each day's effort adds up over time, creating something solid and enduring. Following Jack Ma's teachings, it becomes evident that consistency builds momentum. It's easy to make an effort once, but the real transformation happens when you continue day after day, especially when it's hard. His journey shows that no matter how small the action, if done consistently, it leads to success. Jack Ma is known for his mindset of viewing challenges as stepping stones rather than obstacles. Throughout his career, he faced countless rejections and failures, yet he always saw these as opportunities to grow. Jack Ma teaches that challenges are not barriers but catalysts for personal development. In his own words, the greater the challenge, the greater the opportunity for growth. This perspective shift is what has allowed Jack Ma to not only overcome adversity, but thrive because of it. His journey shows that challenges present us with a choice. We can either see them as roadblocks or as opportunities to learn, adapt, and become stronger. It's this mindset that enabled him to turn Alibaba into a global success despite facing numerous setbacks. For Jack Ma, challenges are a necessary part of the process. He advises embracing them, not avoiding them, because they offer valuable lessons. His approach to challenges demonstrates that how you respond to adversity can determine the trajectory of your life. Jack Ma has always been a strong advocate for optimism. He believes that maintaining a positive outlook, even in difficult times, is crucial for long-term success. According to Jack Ma, optimism doesn't mean ignoring problems, but having the confidence that, no matter the situation, you will find a solution. He says, if you don't give up, you still have a chance. Giving up is the greatest failure. Optimism, for Jack Ma, is an essential force that attracts opportunities. It helps individuals bounce back quicker from setbacks and face challenges with renewed energy. This mindset has allowed Jack Ma to stay resilient, even when the odds were against him. His optimism inspired those around him and helped build a culture of positivity within Alibaba. Jack Ma's journey teaches us that optimism is not just a feel-good attitude, but a powerful tool for resilience. It allows you to see the good in every situation, which, in turn, makes it easier to push forward when times are tough. This perspective is key to achieving long-term success and personal growth. Jack Ma often speaks about the importance of mental resilience and reprogramming your mind for success. He believes that many people limit themselves with negative thoughts and self-doubt. Jack Ma teaches that by changing how we think about ourselves and our potential, we open the door to limitless opportunities. His philosophy is rooted in the idea that success starts from within. Jack Ma advocates for replacing limiting beliefs with positive affirmations and building confidence through action. He emphasizes that once you change your mindset, you begin to see opportunities that you previously overlooked. This mental shift is what allowed him to take bold risks and build Alibaba from the ground up, despite the challenges he faced. Following Jack Ma's teachings, it becomes clear that reprogramming your mind is a critical step in achieving your goals. By adopting a mindset of possibility and determination, you align your thoughts with success. This shift in perspective can transform not only your personal achievements, but also the way you approach challenges in life. Now that you've learned these life-changing habits, it's time to take action. Which habit will you start implementing today? Remember, the journey to success begins with small, consistent steps, whether it's reading with purpose, writing down your goals, or practicing gratitude. What's holding you back from starting right now? Share in the comments which habit resonates with you the most and how you plan to incorporate it into your life. Don't forget, these habits are not a one-time fix. They're ongoing practices that will continue to shape your personal growth. So, whenever you need a boost of motivation, come back and watch this video again. And if you want more valuable insights, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. You won't want to miss out on the next video. Chase your dreams. The secret to overcoming every obstacle, or Diaz, where we'll dive deeper into more strategies to help you level up in life.